when did you have like your gay awakening?
I joined a rugby team. One of the gayest sports you could ever play is rugby. I'd never been around that many queer women before, and I was kind of like, oh, these are all my friends. And then I saw like...
Right. I got a podcast! I to the no. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Literally Screaming. Everybody in the stands are taking off their clothes. No, guys, we don't want to see you stripped down, or maybe we do. Now, today I have a very special guest. Actually, I've been meaning to have them on my show for a really long time, but you know what? All we could get was her sister this one time in the very beginning. But finally, her schedule has cleared up, and we have the one, the only, Deison Afualo, everyone. But before we get into that, it's time to kick off this new segment that I have called Spencer Reacts, where I react to something new each week in the media that I haven't really read on or heard about before. I don't know how, but it's usually in pop culture, in the media, places I should be able to see, but I haven't. And today, we're actually going to be talking about something pretty interesting that involves the social media app Twitter. So, segue. So today's topic is Elon Musk turning Twitter into X. All right. So at the time of this recording, Elon Musk has announced that he's rebranding Twitter as X. The homepage and logo have already changed. Wow, that's crazy. Twitter's CEO says that X is the future state of unlimited interactivity, centered in audio, video, messaging, payments, and baking, creating a global marketplace for ideas, goods, services, and opportunities, and will be powered by AI. Guys, we are screwed. If this is actually being powered by AI, I am not joking. I already see the world crumbling at our feet. We were talking about how SAG-AFTRA and the writer's strike the other episode. We were discussing how they want to replace extras and actors with AI, and now we have this happening. We have people using AI to write their essays in school. I'm telling you that we are on the brink of World War III, and it's us versus AI. And I hope to God that if extraterrestrials exist, they come down real quick and save our asses. And if they're not allowed to, take me with you. Anyways, back to this whole Elon Musk thing. In June, he announced that cis and cishet would be considered slurs punishable by suspension on the platform. I find that crazy. I find that absolutely crazy, cuckoo bonks crazy, because I'm sorry, you literally have a child, and no offense to your child whatsoever, but your child's name is literally like a math equation. It's mx plus b over y equals c. You are mad about words like cis and cishet, but your daughter's name is actually just a whole bunch of math symbols. I don't understand how you have a problem. Just leave us alone. No one likes you, Elon. Eat the rich. Not literally, you probably taste like shit. Anyways, he created a subscription level called Twitter Blue, where users who pay $8 a month or $84 a year get a blue check mark in addition to special features. He limited the amount of DMs unverified accounts can see per day, and limited the amount of tweets unverified users can read per day on their feed without paying. The famous Bluebird logo has been replaced with a stylized letter X. See, this is what is pissing me off. It's the fact that I feel like not only are creators, we are able to make money by monetizing certain videos and ads and brand deals, which is great. But now it's almost like people who own social media apps, don't get me wrong, love Instagram, but Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, it's now you can pay to be verified and get certain features. It's like they're subscribing to Netflix or something else. And the reason why I feel like everyone fell in love with social media was because of how genuine it was, and how easy it was to just find people that fit into your specific niche. And I feel like now it's just being overrun by people who are like, money, money, money. We just want your money. And because social media is a whole bunch, or a lot more popular now than it was, they're trying to make more revenue off of these social media apps that I feel like weren't even initially meant for people to make money on until it blew up. And I think that's weird in itself. The fact that you're able to buy a blue check mark to show that you're verified. Like, what if I changed my name to Kim Kardashian on Instagram or Twitter and then paid for the verification? What then? Like, the reason we have those things is to make sure that the people we're following are genuinely those people and not someone who's a knockoff account or someone who isn't that person. And I just find it odd that now you're able to not only like buy followers and buy post engagement, but also this. I find it very bizarre and I don't like it. And for Elon Musk, you're a weirdo. Like, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. You're so weird. I've talked about it before, but I think you're out there. I think Grimes girl, you got your money. You did what you had to do. And I hope you're still getting paid. I hope you're getting that child support from Elon. But aside from that, I have no words. I think Elon is a weirdo. Also, Twitter, you're going downhill. That's why people have threads now. I love threads. I do. Anyways, everybody, now that I've gotten all of that off my chest, it's time to welcome my guest. You might know them from their podcast with their sister, Two Idiot Girls. I love her dearly. I'm really glad to have her on, the one, the only, Deison Afualo. The crowd is cheering. They're taking off their clothes again. No, guys, please keep your clothes on. This is PG only. Or maybe just take them off. How was your weekend? How's your week been, actually?
Pretty chill. Nothing exciting really happening. I feel like I was really busy for a long time, and now I'm glad to be doing kind of nothing. Well, no, this week is busy too, but like not like how it was before.
Is that like you're here, there, and everywhere?
Yeah. I felt like for VidCon, I was like
that's how I felt. I felt like VidCon, I was like
the whole time.
Yeah, but it's because I feel like when you're on the go constantly, I feel like at least I have this issue where it's like I don't want to turn it off.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the minute I turn it off, I'm like, okay, damn.
I'm bored.
Yeah. Not only am like I'm bored, but it's like you turn it off and then you're like, damn, I have to turn it back on again.
Yeah.
So it's like you keep it at 100
the whole time.
And then it's
down.
like,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Now I can recharge these batteries.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, but what have you been doing? Running around, just crazy cuckoo bounce things?
I'm doing a couple other podcasts, just the podcast with my sister and stuff like that. Just busy with work shit. Yeah. What about you, girl?
Well, I was gonna say like I feel like I wish I could relate, but it's just like I've just like I celebrated my birthday.
I know. How old are you now?
22.
That's crazy.
I know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
There you go.
See?
You don't look a day over 19, girl. You look good.
Thank you. Yeah, I once had actually. Let me keep this podcast PG. My mom told me I should start keeping it PG.
Oh, okay.
No, I actually once had someone tell me that while like I was in a bed with them, and I was like, wait, actually, like maybe this is like maybe I should go home.
Yeah. Why'd you say that to me?
I was like, wait. And he didn't say 19, he said 17. So I was like,
that's intentional. That's not like you'd slip that out. You're like,
yeah.
Oh, I meant no.
I was like, that's weird. So
that's suspicious.
Yeah.
And how can you say that? Like when you're like having an intimate
moment, like I'm just
like you look so good. You look 17.
I literally was like, I was like, okay, so like you lost me there, babe. But yeah, I honestly, everyone was expecting me to like throw a banger for my birthday. I actually had a whole bunch of friends hitting me up being like, Spencer, what are you doing for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday? I quite literally sat home with a glass of wine and I read a book. That was like, oh, it's so good. Like I might just do it when I get home for fun because like literally like that rocks my world right there.
That's my jam.
Do you like to read?
I love to read.
Oh my God, shut up. I love
reading.
Okay.
It's so good.
Because I talk to people about like books sometimes and then they're like, oh, whenever I read, I just look at a page and then I just think about something else. And I'm like, no, like
all I can think about. It takes over everything.
When I'm like in a book, like it's like, I don't care what I'm doing. The minute I'm done doing it, I'm like, gotta do just one chapter. Like it's like you're watching, it's like binging a TV show.
Yeah, I feel that.
What are you reading any books right now?
Yes, I'm reading this book called, the title is kind of mean, but it's like Everyone in This Room Will One Day Be Dead.
That's cool. What is it about so far?
It's a lesbian book. So I read a lot of like lesbian like fiction books because I think they're really fun.
I read gay ones.
Yeah. Because did you read like Red Royal Blue or whatever?
I did not read that one. I keep being told to, but I feel like I need people to stop telling me to read it.
And then you'll do it.
Because that's what it was like with The Fault in Our Stars. Like everyone was like, read it. And I was like, no.
I literally read it because I kept sharing everything from the book on Tumblr, like before
Mhm.
they did the movie.
Mhm.
And then I read it on my mom's Kindle because I didn't have the physical book,
Mm.
and I was obsessed with it.
Did
And
you
then when I look at it now, I'm like, it's so weird.
did you
that book.
cry?
In the movie, I did. I feel like it's hard not to watch it or to watch it and not cry. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't cry.
No.
No, I didn't even cry reading the book. I have a lot of opinions about the book.
Okay.
Do you want to like hear them?
Yeah. I mean, the book is not. It's not the best.
I hated how the book, like the entire like viewpoint was like, or not even the viewpoint, but one of the major points of the book was like, oh, like I am more than my cancer. But then it's like you take that aspect away
Mhm.
from the book and it's like, what are you left with?
Yeah.
And it's like, no offense, do I think it's a great book? Yeah. But
Mhm.
I also like, one of the points in the book was to be like, we are more than our cancer. Like we're doing this, that, and the third, but everything you are doing
is from
your
yeah.
experiences with cancer.
Yeah.
So I just like, I thought, I was like, oh. And then like by the time I got to the end of the book, I was like, I know who's dying. I was like,
Yeah.
Hazel, you're too like, you're too like, I'm on the brink of death for you to actually die. Like I know that's
that it
gonna
would
be a
just
twist.
randomly be the other one.
Yeah, I felt that. That was my opinion of it. But tell me about the book you're reading now. Little lesbian moment.
Yeah, it's basically of this girl who has like pretty like crippling anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
and she accidentally gets a job being like a front desk or like receptionist for a Catholic church, but she lies about being straight.
Yeah.
So it's just like her like having to go to church every day like to do her job, and like reckoning with like she's terrified of dying, like she thinks she's dying all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the whole book is like her doing that. I'm like 3/4 of the way through. It's kind of depressing. That's why it's taking me a while to finish it.
Yeah.
But the last like really good book I read, I shared with Carrie, was Last Night at the Telegraph Club or something like that, which is another lesbian book, but that one was really good too.
The most recent book I've read, well, I have it with me right now, but I read the prequel to it, and it's called Carve the Mark.
Okay.
And that one is by Veronica Roth.
Ooh, okay.
I love her. She also wrote a book called The Raging Ones. It's like The Raging Ones and then something else, but it's very like sci-fi, out of this world.
Ooh, okay.
Gay characters out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Like so amazing.
You're like tuned in. Did you like fan fiction? Like growing up?
I read smut.
Yeah. Oh,
But
sorry, that's
like
what I mean.
that, well, yeah, I read smut, but that was it. Like I
Okay.
wasn't like a fanfic girly.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just like do you like Stephen King?
Like those books were like a lot to read.
See, so my mom is like an avid Stephen King lover.
Okay.
And I remember growing up, she would be reading Stephen King novels, and I would always be like, what the, like, I would try to read them and I'd be like, I hate this.
There's too much going. Yeah, there's too many big words. Like I'm not even paying attention.
Not even like big words. It's just like so unbelievably detailed. And I'm like, get to the damn point, bitch.
Mhm.
Like, I'm like, okay.
I'm bored.
But
yeah.
I was like, girl, you have to do it. Like you have to read a Stephen King book.
Oh, okay.
The first book I read was The Institute.
Ooh, okay.
I'm telling you, the like drawn out first 50 pages, worth it.
Really?
Like
Okay.
literally once it sucks you in, it's like, holy shit. Like this is insanely good. And then I also read Misery.
Ooh, okay. I've watched that movie.
You have or haven't?
Yeah, I have.
With Kathy Bates.
Mhm.
She's in it. No, I haven't seen the movie. I only read the book.
You haven't? It's really good. I've
It
watched that
is?
one. I've watched it.
I haven't seen the original It.
I watched, so the like when I was like notorious, I'm the oldest of the siblings,
Oh yeah.
but every time we would go to people's houses, like for like they're supposed to be sleepovers, I would always tell my mom I could sleep, like ask her if I could sleep over, and she would say yes, and then as soon as she left, I would call her and have her come pick me up. And Drew would get so mad at me because I would do it all the time. Because I would be like, I'll be fine. As soon as it's time to go to bed, I want to go home. Like I hate being here. I hate everyone here. And so one time I went to a soccer party by myself. It was just with my team, and I told my mom like all my friends are gonna spend the night and watch scary movies. I think I like just turned 12, and my mom was like, okay, but I'm not picking you up. And I was like, okay. And she goes, I'm being serious. I'm not. Like there's so many times that she would say, okay, I'm not coming, and she would always come get me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm 12, like I can do it. And so we watched the original It, Everyone fell asleep. I watched it all by myself, and it like completely gave me a new fear of clowns, like those big like sewer drains. Like I was so scared, and I was like, I can't call my mom. I told her I would be fine.
Yeah.
And I used to be scared to shower by myself because there's a scene in that one where like the clown comes out of the shower hole, like the drain hole.
Yeah.
So I would make Drew sit in the bathroom with me, like while I took a shower, and then like she would get so mad. Like it would be like 8 o'clock. I'm like, please, like stay with me. But so yeah, I have seen the original. After all that, I haven't seen it. Yeah.
You're like, so yeah, it traumatized me, but yeah,
I've seen it. Yeah, and I still think it's scarier than the newer ones. Like the way the clown looks is horrifying.
I haven't read it. I've seen the newer one. I haven't seen the older one.
The newer ones, I didn't mind. I thought they were good.
I thought the newer movies. I haven't seen the older ones. I was like, I think this is pretty scary. Like I was scared, but I'm also like a big horror like movie person.
Yeah, me too.
So like I was just like, they're actually. I'm only saying this because you just said you're a horror movie person. Have you seen the Blair Witch Project?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Blair Witch Project, so good. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's like this theater, I think it's in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And they play old movies.
Oh, okay.
And it's like you just pay to go, and it's like the like film. So right now they're doing the Blair Witch Project, but like during Halloween they were doing like Halloween Town.
Oh my gosh, how
and they
cute.
were doing like Scooby Doo the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crow! And they're doing the Blair Witch Project right now. Do you know what it's about?
I know it's like these kids, like, don't they go to like a haunted house and like weird paranormal things happen to them while they're filming it, like a documentary kind of style?
So I have to like fend for this movie because I know so many people who have seen it and they're like, no, it sucks. Like it's not even that
I've watched
scary.
parts of it. I've never watched the whole thing. Yeah.
I would like to make something very clear. Blair Witch, like the Blair Witch Project was like one of the first films that established like, oh, this is found footage. The reason why you think it sucks is because after the Blair Witch Project, everyone and their mother, Paranormal Activity,
Those
like all of those were like, oh, okay, we're gonna like take this idea and we're gonna say it's found footage. But that movie
was, like, the first of its kind. Yeah.
So genuinely scary. Like my mom remembers when the movie came out because people actually thought it was real. Like people were like, holy shit, like guys. But like now you watch it and you're like, oh, there's no way. But it's because every single movie nowadays is like based on true events. And
it's
you're
historical,
like,
yeah.
And you're like, okay, girl, like whatever. But back then it went crazy. But it's basically about a documentary. And these group of college students are going into the Blair Witch Woods because there are stories of the Blair Witch and everyone's like, don't go in there. They're like, no, we're going in. We want to do this documentary.
I'm going, yeah.
They're like, okay, screw it. Like we're just gonna go. They go in, they get lost, and shit goes downhill. Like that's literally the best way I can describe it.
I definitely want to watch it. I haven't watched that one. I haven't watched like Scream or.
I haven't seen a lot of Scream either.
Because they came out when I was little and I wasn't allowed to watch stuff like that. So then I just never watched it.
I was allowed to see, like, my whole thing was I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies, but I would like still watch them. Like not on my, like without my mom knowing.
Yeah.
I would like sneak into the living room. I, for the longest time, had the greatest, it's still a fear of mine. Ceramic dolls, bitch. Hell no.
That's how my mom is too with like puppets or dolls. Yeah. Hates them. Yeah.
When I was in, not even kindergarten, I must have been like the ripe age of 4. I shouldn't have done this. My mom was in the living room and she was like, okay, Spencer, it's time for you to go to bed. She tucks me in, whatever. She thinks I'm asleep. She's watching Child's Play, you know, with Chucky the doll. And I just snuck into the living room and I was like, I'm going to watch it. I watched this. My mom passed out. I watched the whole movie. I'm like sitting there in the corner, like literally like my mom finds me. I slept in my mom's room for like another 2 years. Like there was no way I was not sleeping in a room. Like you're funny. You're hilarious. Then get ready for this one. The next day after I'd watched Child's Play, I was in like daycare, like the preschool. And it was nap time. And I was right next to this bin of toys. And you know what just like mysteriously came out around that time? Or not didn't come out, but like it was like a new brand. The dolls were when they would sit up, their eyes would shoot open and they would have like the little cups that would like, it would look like they were drinking. But it would like,
it was just like disappearing in the bottle. Yeah.
One of my teachers walks past this bin, hits it with her leg on accident. Doll tumbles out. Sitting up, eyes flip open. I screamed bloody murder. I was like, I was like, I cannot do this. I hate dolls. So I don't blame you, by the way, for hating dolls.
She hates dolls.
My mom just loves horror. She actually used to write to Stephen King. And he wrote back.
That's cool.
This was like before like people had like high security and like they were scared of being murdered and like, you know, the whole like Jeffrey Dahmer and like psycho killers everywhere. She once wrote to him because she wanted the original Carrie novel. Not like the original, but like one of the original copies that was released. But everywhere she found it, it was like $800 because it was like so expensive.
Yeah. Because the movie and stuff like that. Yeah.
She wrote to him, and he ended up actually writing back and like sent her on a goose chase to some like bookstore in Pennsylvania. It was like a riddle. And she cracked it. She ended up finding the book in some random bookstore, I think in either like Philly or somewhere.
Okay.
And she ended up getting the copy.
Oh, that's
and
so
it was
cool.
cheap.
Yeah.
Like my mom was like, I didn't even know he knew that it was that cheap there. But like, what are we even supposed to be talking about today? Like, let's get into this. Like, I was sitting here,
Speaking
like,
of dolls, yeah.
Now let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors today at HelloFresh. When I get home from a long, tiring day and need dinner fast, I usually don't have a thought in my mind about how to put a healthy meal together. That's why I love HelloFresh. They do all of the thinking for me. By taking care of the meal planning and shipping all of the fresh ingredients straight to my door, I can whip up a delicious dinner in no time from the comfort of my own home. Plus, HelloFresh is 25% cheaper than ordering takeout, so you're actually saving time and money, which is always a win-win. Their fast and fresh menu gives you gourmet restaurant-level options ready in just 15 minutes. You're telling me I can learn how to cook a Parmesan chive chicken with potatoes instead of ordering it at a restaurant? Sign me up. And if you're one of those people, like me, who sometimes gets stuck eating the same two things for dinner every week, HelloFresh has a fix for that too. They design curated menus with over 40 recipes to choose from weekly. So instead of spending an hour stressing about what to cook, I can focus on perfecting my favorite HelloFresh recipes, like the lasagna penny bake and the stir-fried rice noodles. Listen, I love a cute weekend farmer's market in the summer, but I don't have the time to go produce shopping multiple times a week. With HelloFresh, you get the same farm-to-table quality with every box. Their seasonal ingredients are picked at peak ripeness and travel from the farm to your doorstep in less than 7 days for fresh flavor in every bite. Don't stress about meal prep any longer. Go to HelloFresh.com/50I'mScreaming and use code 50I'mScreaming for 50% off plus free shipping. Find out why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Now, on to the show. Speaking of like books and movies and TV shows. Well, we didn't really talk about TV shows, but I think it falls in that realm.
Yeah.
When did you have like your gay awakening? Like, was it from film, literature? Like, when do you think you had like, you're like,
I was telling them earlier, I was like, I don't know why you picked this topic for me. I'm the straightest person I know. But no, I think, well, I didn't realize I was gay till I got to college and I joined a rugby team and I was like, I'm so straight. That's one of the gayest sports you could ever play is rugby. I think it's gayer than like soccer or softball or basketball. Like rugby's the gayest sport. But
what is rugby?
It's like football, basketball, and soccer combined. So they played in England a lot. So it's like, it looks like a big football, but you can only throw the ball backwards, and so everyone's running forward at the same time. So so it's like football where you get tackled, but like whereas in football, like as soon as you get tackled, you stand up and the play stops. Like you keep going, like as you get tackled. So it's really fun. It's very tiring. But anyways, I played rugby and I'd never been around that many queer women before, and I was kind of like, oh, these are all my friends. And then I saw like a specific person and I was like, wait, like that, I feel weird about her. So that was my gay awakening. But my sister always says it was Haley Kiyoko. I had a really big crush on Haley Kiyoko in Lemonade Mouth.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I would always say like, no, I just love the movie. But it was definitely her. My sister's like, it's like one of the worst Disney Channel movies. But I was like, no, it's not.
But
no,
like, it's actually not though.
It's not. Start it over. Yeah.
It's
and then
so good.
I think she guest starred on like Wizards of Waverly Place. Like I like followed her through like everything she did.
It was Wizards, and then it was that, and then she was in like another movie about like this alien or like this like AI bot thing. I forget.
Yeah,
what
if I say it, I'll remember it. Yeah, but I think Haley Kiyoko was like probably my true gay awakening. When I look back, I really liked Missy from Bring It On. She was like the sassy one from like LA. Like,
oh, okay.
She was like the bad girl, and then what's it called? Who's the other one? Oh, the girl from Stick It. Everyone talks about her. Did you ever watch Stick It? The gymnastics movie? You've never watched it?
No.
That's a good lesbian movie. She's not a lesbian, but she like when you watch it,
you're
a lesbian. Yeah.
You said it's a really good lesbian movie. Oh my gosh, they had movies like that. No, it's just like
she is though when you watch it. Yeah, but she's a good one too. Everyone says her, but mine was Haley Kiyoko.
I think mine was Zac Efron. When I saw the first High School Musical when I was younger, I like actually cried at the end of the movie, which is like so sick. Because I do not know how. Like, I don't know how. Like, hand on the Bible, looking up to the heavens. My mom did not know I was gay.
Really?
She had no clue. My cousin was actually just in LA visiting, and she was in my apartment, and she was like, yeah, because we were just like talking about like how we were when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just so surprised. Like, my mom didn't know I was gay. And she was like, oh yeah, me too. Cause like me and Jimmy, that's my other cousin's name. She was like, me and Jimmy knew since you were like 5.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, well, like, thanks. You guys are so chill. Like,
Allies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go fam. But I remember crying at the end of High School Musical, and my mom literally was like, my gay awakening also began in preschool. I'm gonna say like preschool to like kindergarten-esque, or like maybe first grade. In preschool, I used to take swimming lessons, and my mom worked at a college, so they had like a big pool, and they did have lifeguards. And I'm not joking. I fully knew how to swim. Like, I fully just like knew what was going on. Like, I knew how to swim. I could have actually put in some effort, but like I was like flying through the levels. So like it was like you started off in like it was like the short end and then the deep end. I got to the last level of the short end, and I saw the love of my life. There was some guy. All my friends made it to like the next levels. We're in the deep end. I acted like I couldn't swim, so I was like stuck with him the whole time. And it was. Yeah, I think that was also great, like a gay awakening. And like I would just like jump out. I would walk out of the pool and I would like jump in. He would catch me and be like. Meanwhile, I'm like so young. I'm gonna marry him. Like him fully being in his 20s. Like.
I feel like everyone, like I went through a big My Chemical Romance phase with my sister. Oh. And the lead singer was my favorite. And I was like, we're like 1000% getting married. He's like 30 and I'm 12. But I'm like 18-year age difference. Like we could totally make this work. Like,
no, like we could.
I'm in the 6th grade. Like it'll be fine. Trust me.
That's literally what I would think too. I was like, no, like he's going to see me and then he's going to realize. Like he doesn't realize it yet.
Know yet.
He doesn't know I exist yet, guys. And guys, then just wait for it because it's going to happen. Now, when you were growing up, because you said like you didn't really have like your awakening until college. Did you know that like what being gay was? Like, were you like, did you, I don't know how to like ask this question because I feel like growing up for me at least, like I grew up and my mom was always like, Spencer, if you were like ever like, I love who you love. That's what my mom always told me.
Me too. My mom was like a cheer coach. So like I grew up around like queer men like my whole life. So I'd been around a lot of different variations of specifically queer men my whole life, but I'd never been around queer women. So that's why when I got to college and I was around so many different variations of what being queer could look like, you were like, I was like, oh, but I also felt like none of them looked like me. Like I present pretty feminine and all my friends were like not super masculine, but some of them were and some of them weren't. And I was just like, no, like that's not me. Yeah. Until I like met like a specific girl and I was like, wait a second.
You were like hold on.
I like her like how I like in high school I was so boy crazy. Like I had like 50 crushes like at once. And so but I didn't think I was gay in high school at all until I got to college, which is really weird. Yeah,
I was the exact opposite. Like I just knew straight off the gate. Like I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like I knew, but I went to Catholic school, so I never said it.
Yeah.
Like, it was like.
Out of safety. Yeah.
Not even out of safety. Like, growing up in the Catholic faith, when you are taught, like, especially being raised in the church and, like, being an altar boy, when you are taught that, like, God, like, I personally, like, I believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
You can refer to it as God, Allah, whatever you want to refer to it. It, him, she, I don't know who, whatever it is as. But when you are taught that like this person doesn't like gay people and like you're going to be damned to hell, when you are raised believing that, like people don't understand that there is like such a big difference between like hearing about it and being like
raised in it,
and then like actually like believing it. Like, and I feel like that's why people they don't understand, like especially kids nowadays and teenagers who are raised in they're homophobic. I hate to say this. I am so glad I'm gay because as someone who was raised in the Catholic Church, I know for a fact if I wasn't gay and I didn't think something was wrong with me, I would probably be like homophobic.
Yeah.
Because I would be a straight man and like I would not have the ideals I have now. But I was fortunate enough to not only like get away from that, but I was raised by a mom who was like, hey girl,
super accepting.
Yeah, she was like accepting of it all, which is amazing. But I feel like that's why when I find out that there are like people who are homophobic, I'm like, yeah, it's easy to be homophobic when you're not the person who's gay.
Yeah.
It is so easy if you are straight and you are cisgender and you're like, yeah, everybody sins, but being gay is the worst one. Bitch, easy for you to say. Because then you sit there and you're like, oh, it's a choice.
Yeah.
For who, bitch?
Yeah.
Like,
I always thought that was such a weird, like, especially to compare it amongst like other sins and stuff like that. Like I went through my like religious awakening super late in life. Like when I was in college, like I started dating my ex-girlfriend and then immediately started going to church. And then when I came back to college, I started going to church out there and we were secretly dating. Like we were dating and like I just wasn't telling anyone. Yeah. And then finally like my pastor had to talk to me and he like basically kicked me out of the church for being queer and was like, I mean, I guess like I know he's like, you know, I'm a recovering alcoholic and you know, I've like cheated on my wife before, but like, so I know that sins like this are hard, but like yours is so different. I'm like, what? How can you say all of that to me?
This is what throws me off. It's like the sins they speak of, like murder, adultery, alcoholism. No offense, bitch. You chose to turn to the bottle. Yeah. You chose to cheat on your wife. You chose all of those things. And what throws me off the most is like, you're like, oh, you chose to be gay. Bitch, I'm sorry. Let this be a word from me. Do you think that I sit here forcing myself to like men? Bitch, do you know the shit I have to deal with liking guys? Do you know the shit I have to deal with as a bottom who likes guys? I literally talk to guys that are the equivalent to straight men. They are annoying. All they want is sex. I am an object to them. Like I literally like, I will never experience what it is like to grow up as a woman. However, what I will say is like did you see the Barbie movie yet? Yeah. When I watched the Barbie movie, there were like certain aspects I was like, why do I relate to this? Yeah. Like I'm not like a but like I relate to this like very, very heavily. And I feel like it's because like we don't say it, but in the gay community, especially with gay men, there is a sense of patriarchy there. Yeah. Like tops. Yeah. Like they're like the and then bottoms, we're like more feminine. Right. Yeah. And I feel like we like there is a patriarchy within the gay community that like does not compare. I'm not trying to like compare, but it does not compare to the patriarchy we face in everyday society. However,
there still is one. Yeah.
It's like it exists and it's there, and I'm just like, do you really think that I would sit here and be like, him? No. If I had the choice, like I would be a nun, but I can't. Like, I want to be, like, I literally, like, I have said so many times to my friends, I was like, guys, I want to be a nun. And they're like, Spencer, like, you literally can't be a nun. And I'm like, okay, but like, who says?
Says who?
Says who?
I haven't even tried yet.
Right. Like, come on. And I wouldn't be a priest. Like, I don't want to be a priest. That's weird. Like, I'd rather be a nun. Yeah. Like, imagine, like, okay, a priest, like, yeah, you get to, like, I don't know, like, run a mass, but like a nun, I get to live in a convent with my sisters.
That sounds like fun.
Like summer party all the time. Unless we're praying constantly, then it's like, girl, I'm out.
Boring.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, put on Magic Mike. Like,
I'm bored.
Come on, guys. Like,
come on,
guys. We've literally been watching the Stations of the Cross like so much. Can we just like put on like Magic Mike too? Please. Guys, come on.
There's a new one out. Let's go see it.
Are you guys? Come on, let's go to the theater. Me convincing all my nun friends to like go to the movie theater.
See like, Magic Mike.
Seeing Magic Mike. We're all just sitting there and everyone's like, what the? And I'm just sitting there like, yes.
Just me and my sisters.
Just me and my girls. Me and my girly pop.
Literally.
Sorry, Father, but we have sinned. Like, damn. Do you have any celebrity crushes right now?
Ooh.
I have so many.
Do you? Okay. I'm trying to think of like girls because right now because Pedro Pascal's been a huge one for me.
Well, like.
I know. I'm gay.
Yeah.
Quit messing around. I know. I have a really big crush on Roberta Colindres. She was in the reboot of A League of Their Own on Amazon Prime. And she plays like one of the pitchers. And I think she's so pretty. I have a big crush on her right now.
Who do I have a crush on? Right now, at least. What's his name? Oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my God, I know his name. Hold on. I actually have had a crush on him for such a long time. I have to go to my Instagram and like look at his name really quick because I follow him and I'm actually in love with this man and no one can tell me otherwise. He is actually the sexiest man on earth. Have you ever watched Charmed?
Yeah, like, but I don't remember everyone who was on it. If I see him, I'll remember.
So
Is this Charmed the reboot or the original?
No. Charmed the reboot, no offense. I know you guys have to make your money and the actresses and Charmed the reboot, good for you, but this is like my like hot take on the reboot.
Okay.
I think my whole problem with the reboot is that if you go to any of the actresses who played the original cast, whether that be Holly Marie Combs, Alyssa Milano, Rose McGowan, the like 3 main sisters in Charmed, they were all willing to reboot the show.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what?
They didn't ask them?
No, because they were, too old. Are you out of your damn mind? Like, and then they get these other people and it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy they got jobs. Like, I know it must be so hard in the acting space to like find a job that pays well.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's like trying to do like a reboot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, and not have Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
right.
Yeah.
But his name, oh my God, I'm going to get it for you. Brian Krause. He was a Leo in Charmed, and he is still the sexiest man to walk the earth.
Yeah, he's good looking. I could see it. I bet when he was younger too.
Oh, you want to see when he was younger?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to scroll down a bit because I'm gonna get you like when he was like in Charmed. Because when he was in like Brian Krause, young. You are.
Was he like one of the main boyfriends or something?
Oh, he is like a main character on Charmed. Like, he is so just scrum dilly yum yum a purr. This is him in. You guys really do not capture his angles well. Like, this is Sick and Twisted, but like. This is actually Sick and Twisted. I'm so sorry. I'm not showing you with those photos. And the other photos are him when he was like 13.
Okay,
so it's like, what
That's
do you guys?
fine. I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
Maybe like this photo, but like he would maybe.
Yeah,
was, like,
he's very good looking.
Yeah, this is like when he was younger.
Okay.
Do you want to play a game now?
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Me and Deison are gonna play a game called Fruity or Veggie. And basically the way that the game works is I'm holding a black bowl, and in the bowl are strips of paper with words written on them. And we're going to pull out strips of paper back and forth and decide whether we think what is written on the paper is fruity, so I guess queer, or veggie, which is straight. I'll let you go first.
Okay. Lower back tattoos. I think those are straight.
I go fruity.
Really?
Yeah, a nice little cute tramp stamp.
I just think like when I think of like early 2000s or like late 90s when people were getting them, it was mostly
it's straight people. Yeah, never mind. I'll say veggie.
Yeah.
Cookie cake, fruity. The house.
That's so gay.
They have one back there for me.
I know. That's why.
Yeah, that's literally why I was like, it's so gay. I was like, yeah.
I love a good cookie cake.
Do you want to hear something crazy?
What?
Do you want to know the first time I ever had cookie cake?
What?
It's a little story. I hope you guys don't mind. There was this kid I went to Catholic school with. His name was Jeffrey. Jeffrey, hope you're doing well, my friend. I told everybody in Catholic school, I was like, guys, there is a day of the year, and it's called Spencer Day. And they're like, what the hell is that? And I said, Spencer Day is the day before my birthday, and it's one of the most important days of the year other than my birthday. And I told everybody about it. I was like, guys, it's so real. Third grade rolls around. It's July 22nd. I'm like, it's like summer break. And Jeffrey's mom got in contact with my mom. I had no idea what was happening. And they took me on a trip to New York where we went to this really cool lake. We went to this petting zoo.
Oh my gosh.
And they got me a cake that said Happy Spencer Day. And it was a cookie cake. Like they literally went out of their way to give me a Spencer Day.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever had cookie cake. So now whenever I look at cookie cake, I'm like, Spencer Day.
I love that. That's so
That's
cute.
so cute, right? Yeah.
This one says karaoke.
That is so
Fruity.
gay.
Yeah,
That's
super
fruity
gay,
as hell. Like, get out of my face. That's fruity. That's what I do when I'm home drunk and alone. Like,
It's just me.
yeah, no, me literally with like the karaoke YouTube link, and I'm like, no, I can take one more step towards you. Air fryers. That's so fruity.
You think so?
I know so because I air fry everything.
Okay.
You want to hear something really cute, guys?
Yeah.
This is so off topic from the game, but I have to share. It's a cute story. So my mom called me the other day because she was driving home from my aunt's house, and on the way home, she saw like a baby fawn on the side of the road.
Oh my gosh.
It had gotten hit.
Okay.
And this woman was on the side of the road, I guess the woman that hit the baby fawn. And my mom gets out of the car and the woman is about to call the cops. And my mom was like, don't do that. And she was like, why? And she was like, because usually if they find a fawn injured, they're going to euthanize the fawn. So like kill it.
Yeah.
And mom was like, don't do that. So my mom gets down next to the fawn and she starts like rubbing its nose. And she's like, baby, you got to get up. You got to get up so they don't like euthanize you. This fawn stands up, limps into the woods, and it goes to its mom.
Eliza Thornberry, truly. Oh.
Like my mom is literally an animal whisperer.
I love that.
What is happening? Oh, speaking of,
Is it your mom?
should I answer? Mom, I'm on my podcast and I was literally just talking about you.
Oh, can I say hi?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm gonna ask you something and you tell me if you think it's gay or straight.
Okay.
Social studies.
Straight.
Good answer.
Good answer.
I agree.
Thank you. I agree. Yeah. All right. I love you, mommy.
Wait, that's it? Do I get a prize?
No. The prize is I'm your child.
No, I want to return it.
Okay. All right. Love you. Bye.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah. She ate that up. Like
She got you, girl.
she said, I want to return it.
She's like,
It's
"Ugh."
return it. I'm it. Yes, you pull one.
Okay, the next one I got is CVS. I think CVS is queer.
I think CVS is so queer.
Yeah.
I think Walgreens is a lot more queer, but then like Rite Aid is straight.
Yeah. It just smelled like when
It
you
small,
walk in.
yeah. Yeah, or like those family-owned pharmacies, they're straight. Lunchables, fruity.
Yeah.
They have to be. Like, I'm sorry, but like
there's too many options.
there's so many options. It's a wide variety. It's a spectrum of
Yeah.
Lunchables, if you would like to say.
I remember like because I
What's
would
your
only
favorite one? That's a good question.
This is so gross, the hot dog one. Like you're eating cold hot dogs on a field trip. And I was like, this is literally the best thing that ever happened.
You're
to
like,
me.
this is so yum and delish.
Like you're also jealous of me.
Yeah.
And I remember there was like some of them would come with like a little candy bar or soda. And we weren't allowed to have candy or soda at school. It was like this big rule. If you did, you would get in trouble. But if you had it in a Lunchable, for some reason, you were allowed to have
yeah.
it. Yeah. So I would like drink it in front of my friends, like the few times my mom bought me one. But my mom would always give me Lunchables for field trips, which was the best part.
I think my favorite one was probably like the chicken nuggets one.
Ooh,
Those
yeah.
were really good.
The
but
pizza one was the nacho one was so gross.
the nacho one was like, but the pizza one, I was like, damn, you just gave us cardboard.
Yeah. And you're like eating it.
Yeah, it's like,
tough.
yeah, it feels like if I've never done this, but I'm assuming that's what a dog toy feels like. Like,
Yeah.
like just like gnawing
Just
on
gnawing
it.
on it. Like it's not like disintegrating at all. It's just
No,
your
it's just
chew
like
mark.
straight up cardboard. Like, what is
Yeah.
that shit, huh?
Not good. Coachella.
Queer.
Queer.
What the hell do I look like? Coachella. Old Navy. Veggie. Straight.
Yeah, super straight.
Straight.
Like they try to be queer, but it's not.
It's not. Yeah, no.
Bandanas. I think they're straight.
I think like they
In
used to be.
certain circumstances. Yeah.
I feel, you know what I think they are? Bi. They're like tomatoes.
Yeah, they're fluid.
Tomatoes. They're fluid because people look at tomatoes and they're like, no, that's a vegetable. Then other people are
It's
like,
a
no, you're
fruit.
crazy. That's a fruit. That's a
Yeah,
tomato.
I feel that.
Okay, this one is the zoo.
I think the zoo is gay.
I think the zoo is like fruity.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like, no, there's like, it's just straight up like homo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Pop-Tarts. I think they're gay.
I think they're so gay.
What's your favorite one?
Brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, why does everyone like that one?
Which one do you like? If you say strawberry.
I was gonna say
No. What is
or
wrong
no,
with you?
wild berry.
Oh.
The purple one with like the blue squiggle on it is really good. Oh, okay.
So good. I can't have that one.
I like to take all the crust off the Pop-Tart and just eat the inside part.
You know what's crazy? I could quite literally just eat the crust.
That's what I would just take all that, and my sister would just eat that because she hated the jelly part. So I would eat that, and she'd eat all the crust. Did you ever put them in the toaster? I feel like only weirdos do that. Oh
No. You're like, I feel like only really freaking weird people do that.
people
Those-
like don't like.
Yeah. Oh, the only. I feel like the only people that would do that is people that are shitty and horrible, and I hate
And
them.
they smell so bad.
Yeah, they smell. They look so weird too. Yeah.
You don't do that, right?
No, like never have I ever. Me literally toasting one like 3 nights ago.
Ooh, maybe I need to try it. I think I'm behind.
Okay, here's the thing. Like what you need to do, you put one in the toaster and then you eat the other one while the other one's toasting.
Oh, okay.
That way it's like while it's toasting.
Both the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's like while it's toasting, it's like, oh, here's a little treat before I actually have the toasted one. And then you have the toasted one, you're like,
I'm glad I ate that other one. Yeah, I feel that.
iPads, gay. They're so gay.
They're so gay.
Procreate, bitch.
I bought one during the pandemic so I could do Procreate, and it's just to take notes and practice my signature.
I bought one during the quarantine because I wanted to draw.
I know, and I'm not good at drawing at all. Yeah. Yeah, but I do like to trace things. You know when people open an Etsy shop, they're like, everyone, I have an Etsy shop, send me pictures of your families, and they just outline all of them.
Yeah. I'm like,
I could do that.
I could do that too, yeah.
No faces, just outlines.
Yeah, and then it's just like the like skin color tone. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I could do the same thing. It's called clicking down and getting color. Like, we can all do that.
Okay, the last one is LaCroix. Gay.
K.
Do you like LaCroix? I
love LaCroix.
Me too.
What's your favorite flavor?
I like pamplemousse. That one's really good. No, the beach plum one is really good.
I love lime.
Passion fruit. That's my favorite one.
I don't like passion fruit. I like lime.
The lime one's good.
Wait, which one were you saying?
Pamplemousse. That's a grapefruit one.
Oh, I thought you said pimple juice. And I said, oh, what the hell is that?
Mm.
I'm like, so yummy. I'm like, I've never heard of that one. It's called pamplemousse.
That's in French, yeah. For some reason, that's the only flavor that's in French. I don't know why.
Pamplemousse. Come on.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Keep that in.
Oui,
Wow. Look at her.
Deison, do you want to tell everyone like where they can find you, any projects you're working on, any upcoming projects you might be working on soon, or?
Well, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Deison Afualo, which is my first and last name. And I post every Tuesday on Two Idiot Girls. We do episodes every Tuesday. We want to have you on for sure.
Can I actually?
We just did one with Brittany and it came out so funny.
I love Brittany.
So we definitely want to have you on. It'll be really
I would
funny.
love to. Where do you guys film?
We film at Drew's house. So yeah.
I would love.
I'll text
Let me
you.
know.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can talk about reading.
Yes.
Have you ever done? Wait, what? Have you ever done shots on your show?
No, do you want to?
See, like I have this like issue where like whenever I go on other people's podcasts, I'm like, do you guys want to drink a little?
We can if you want.
And I'll just like Uber there.
Okay.
I come in, I'm like, guys, like I don't know if I want to drink, and I pull out like 3 handles of
yeah.
tequila. I'm like, so what do
I
you guys
bought these
have?
for you. I don't know.
Like, I don't know if you guys want to. Like, do you have any chasers though?
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I like take out a huge thing of orange juice and pineapple juice.
Well, I brought these. I don't know.
But like, I don't know if you guys want to. Me like twisting it open and pouring it. Like, guys, stop.
You're
Like,
taking it. Stop yelling at me. No one's drinking, just you.
no one's saying a single word. Actually,
We're
you guys
just watching you.
You just let me in, and I'm just running my mouth. You guys are just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I am revved up on caffeine right now, and I genuinely think that if I have another sip, my heart will explode. Anyways, everyone, I love you all so much. As you all know, new episodes of I'm Literally Screaming come out on every Thursday on all audio streaming platforms. But if you want to see this happening live and in person, go to the YouTube channel, Past Your Bedtime, subscribe, like this video, comment. If you like the merch I have here, we also have mugs, we have blankets, pajama pants, crew necks, t-shirts, you name it, we got it. If you want to see any other special guests on my show, comment their names down below. Also, if you want any of this merch, if you go to the description down below in the YouTube video, you can find it there. As you may or may not know, you can find me everywhere at Spencewuah, but unfortunately, you can't find me on Snapchat under Spencewuah because some bitch stole my username. So you can find me on Snapchat under Spencewuah with an M in the middle. As always, I love you all so much. Please make sure again to like, subscribe, comment, and if you don't do those things, you hate me, and that's sad because I love all of you, and I would really hate to know that you all hate me when I love all of you, and I do love all of you. So, bye.